Welcome to God's Word on Air with Nelia Guterai. We are so glad you could join us. Every message is designed to build your faith, line upon line, and precept upon precept. And now, let's continue last week's message.
Hello everyone, this is God's Word on Air with Nelia Guterai. I welcome you to today's special edition. And like I said last week, we'll be having these special editions intermittently because I'm not just a preacher, but also I'm a certified counselor. And so intermittently, I'll be speaking to you about relationship issues and marital issues. And also, I will be addressing mental health issues, drug and alcohol addictions. I'm also a parenting coach, so I will also be speaking to you about sex education for our children because these are burning issues in our society today. And if we are equipped, we'll be able to help those around us as caregivers. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a parent, you can help somebody around you. And so, like I started last week, I picked the 5 love languages to talk on. So I've started the series. If you've not listened to my last week's teaching, you can go back to it so that it will help you to continue the series with me. And I trust that at the end of the day, you'll be enriched. Like I said, these 5 love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman came out of his own experience as a marriage counselor. And I also have experienced this when I counsel couples. I see the frustration and I see the depression and the anger and the pain when they begin to try to unravel the mystery behind the problems in their marriages. And I dare say that these 5 love languages also apply to other relationships in our lives, even relationships with our children, our parents, our friends, our colleagues, even at work. Nobody is unlovable. Nobody is that difficult that you can't reach. But the truth is that the moment you don't understand them and you don't speak their love languages, then it's more or less a stumbling block in that relationship. So I started this series and I've talked about the 2 love languages. Like I said, there are 5 of them. I'll quickly run through them again to refresh our memory. The first one is words of affirmation. The second one is quality time. The third is acts of service. The fourth one is receiving gifts. And the fifth one is physical touch. I told us last week, marriage is a beautiful and enriching gift from God. It's supposed to enrich us and to make us grow in every areas of our lives and fulfill destiny. So when there's frustration and there's pain and there's depression and God forbid there's also death, then the purpose for marriage as ordained by God has not been fulfilled. So these love languages will help us to reach and to be able to meet the needs of our spouses, to have that enriching, fulfilling, loving relationship. So I'll talk on the third one quickly, acts of service. Acts of service. This partner, because I'm speaking to couples. So this partner values actions. To them, talk is cheap. Unlike those that value words of affirmation, for this partner, action speaks louder than words. They love it when you go out of your way to make life easier for them by doing things, meaningful acts of service for them. They are not interested in you saying, I love you alone, but they want you to show it. And how do you show it? By your actions. I tell people, love is a verb, more of a verb than a noun. And a verb, as we all know, is an action word. So for this partner, that is their love language. They want you to do things for them. For example, your partner is ill, it might be your husband, it might be your wife, and if this acts of service is their love language, they don't just want you to maybe take them to the hospital or just get them their drugs and you just abandon them. For example, they are too ill to cook a meal for themselves. They want you to cook a meal for them. Give them that, show them that you care. Not just rush off and give them an excuse and you rush off and you are out of the door. Get them breakfast in bed. Get them coffee. Get them their tea. Just help them around. You're a couple and your wife is also working, even if she's not working outside the home. Because even the workload in the home is even enormous. And you come in and she's busy battling with the kids and busy battling trying to get dinner, get breakfast, or get them ready for school, get the kids ready for school. And you just do your own thing and you just walk away. They interpret it as you don't care, you don't love them enough to want to help. So they enjoy it when you join them to, for example, cook, get the children ready for school, just help around the house. To them, that is love. Not just saying I love you and you're out of the door. So if you have such a partner, acts of service, and acts of service is their love language. They want you to do and not just to say. So please understand this. In Africa, we have this notion that men don't cook. And so when it has to do with cooking and marketing, going to the market, shopping for the family is a woman's chore. And so your wife calls you, please, honey, can you please stop by at the shop to pick up item 1, 2, 3, and you go like, what have you been doing? Why didn't you buy it? No. For this partner, that does not go down well with them. So help them pick up their laundry, help them do things around, just help to make their life easy, and they will love you for the rest of their lives. Okay? So the fourth one, I'll go quickly to the fourth one, and that is receiving gifts. Receiving gifts. This spouse feels loved when they receive visual symbols of love from you. They are not materialistic. Most people just assume, oh, because she loves receiving gifts, because he loves it when I get him something, and he's very materialistic. No, they just, those gifts you have given them actually reminds them of you. Reminds them of that special relationship they have with you as their spouse. Like I also said, this can apply to any form of relationship we have, and it will just make things easy for us. So if you have this kind of person, they love receiving gifts on special occasions and also out of the blues gifts. It doesn't have to be their birthday, it doesn't have to be your wedding anniversary, it doesn't have to be one very special occasion. You step out, you go on a journey, you're on a trip, and just is something you know they love. The fact that, to them, the fact that you stopped to look at that thing and you know this, my wife will love this, my husband will love this, it tells them, they interpret it as, oh, you were thinking about them when you picked this gift. You were thinking about your relationship, your love relationship, and that just, is a wow moment for them. So they value symbolic thoughts behind the items given, not really the money you have spent, not the value. It may be a very less expensive gift, but it's the symbol, it's the meaning behind that gift that they enjoy. Okay? So they interpret it as your expression of love. They interpret it. And, I'll quickly say, don't give them something that, how will I put it? Something that you like. Go out of your way to give them something that they like. Something they like, they like it. Like I was telling a couple, the husband goes out and buys, the cooker in the house is bad, and he buys the wife a cooker. And she just says, oh, thank you. Of course, you've made her life easy. But that is not for her. You have just bought a utility, a functional, let me use that word, a functional gift. Of course, she's not going to cook on the bare ground. The family needs a cooker. So that is not the kind of gift I'm talking about. That special gift that is for her, that special gift that is for him, is what we are talking about in this sense. So if you have a spouse like that, just go out of your way. Go out of your way to pick those little gifts. I'm not saying you don't give her something fantastic too. If you can afford it, please go ahead and do that. And they will love such stuff. Okay? So I'll quickly go to the fifth one. Physical touch. Physical touch. For this spouse, This spouse feels love when he or she receives physical signs of affection. It is intimacy, not just sex. You know, they value affectionate touch such as kissing, holding hands, cuddling, and of course, sex can come in. I'm speaking to marriage. I'm speaking to couples. Couples in a marriage relationship. So if sex comes in, no problem. But not just how will I put it? You just want sex and you just jump on your spouse. No, for them, your daily actions, your daily physically cuddling them, hugging them, kissing them, holding hands. For example, you are sitting down together. They don't enjoy you sitting apart from them, or even sleeping. They let me go to sitting. They don't enjoy you sitting apart from them. They sit next to you and they want to lay their hands on your shoulder, hold you, cuddle. They enjoy such acts. And you're sleeping. Like, I don't understand when couples sleep in separate bedrooms. I don't understand it. If your partner is this type that enjoys physical touch, so having a separate bedroom will not work, because they enjoy sleeping next to you, cuddling and holding hands. It doesn't really mean they want sex. It's just that intimacy that they feel they want to enjoy. And so they value the feeling of warmth and comfort that comes with that physical contact with you. Okay? So you now understand if this is your partner's love language and she's not getting it or is not getting it. If they are not Christians, even if they are Christians, committing adultery will be easier for them. So you now understand where we hear stories, we hear them all around us. Most of us have experienced it. You hear stories of a woman very comfortable in her home. According to the husband, is very successful. There's so much money around. She has everything at her beck and call. But she's cheating with the driver, or she's cheating with somebody that you are wondering what on earth brought her to this. This is what brought her there. All she wanted was not just money. She's not really interested in your money or your gifts or your expensive vacations. All she wants is you just being there physically. So you need to create time for her. You need to also create time for him as a spouse. So they value physical affection. And I dare say psychologists have traced this to, this root goes back to childhood. Some people only felt deep affection and loved by their parents when they cuddle them, they hold them, they stroke them. And if you're a parent, you observe your children, you have more than one child. There are some of you notice that you might have one or two that just enjoy. He or she wants you to always carry him or carry her. He or she always wants to come and sit on you, or just wants to be close to you. They snuggle close to you. Such children, their love language is actually physical touch. So they grow into it even in adulthood. So such a person, marrying someone that doesn't enjoy this or doesn't want to give them this will be an issue in life. So if this is your spouse's love language, then you do well to do this, give this to your spouse. Okay? So next week, I'm going to stop here because of my time. Next week, I will pick it up from here again, because next week we'll be talking on how to know your partner's love language. And I'll also quickly say you need to understand your own love language to be able to also understand your partner's love language, because you also have a love language. You might not even know, and so you're just frustrated. You just feel that sense of frustration without even knowing why you are frustrated. Okay, so we'll talk about that next week. And so next week I'll meet with you again, same time on this channel. And I trust that with what I've shared today, and you practice it. Like I said last week, if you go into that relationship with the mindset of it's not about me, it's about my partner, then just imagine both partners having that mindset. Then you have started that relationship on a right and a beautiful footing. So God bless you until we meet again, same time next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's message. For more information, prayer requests, or to share your testimonies, send us an email at godswordonair@gmail.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or listen to us on MixLR, all at God's Word on Air with Nelly Eguterai. Till we meet again, same time next week, keep building your faith on God's Word.